Welcome, another episode of Dr. James Beckett Sports Card Insights. Here with Rich Klein. As you can see, we're going to talk about his upcoming show, the Adat Havarim. The C is silent, right?
Yes, you did correct. You pronounced it correctly. You should hear some of the butchering pronunciations I get.
Okay. But anyway, first, thanks to the sponsors, some of whom we interact with them on a regular basis, both Rich and I. But it's Heritage Auctions, Huggins & Scott Auctions, Topps, Panini, and Upper Deck, Beckett Grading, Beckett Authentication, all the Beckett Media entities, ComC.com, as well as Burbank Sports Cards and Mike Stadium Sports Cards. So, but we're going to talk about the show today, kind of the philosophy of the show. Again, if you're in the area, I would encourage you to check it out. It's, you get aerobic points for going to the show, walking around, and then taking booty back to your car if you buy an admission or two and win some interesting prizes. They're not. Are they prizes or just?
You can call them.
It's not really a raffle.
Legally, we can call them prizes, or we can call them the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae.
Okay, so basically, when I did the descriptive audio before, you walk up, and it doesn't look like a synagogue, but you walk up into the shopping center, and the guys at the front desk are very friendly and explain that for $1, which it's still $1, we might discuss that here. Such a bargain. So it's $1, and I think it's even a suggested donation.
Right, because the official tagline of Adat Havarim is a community of friends. So if somebody like our friend Leon Lucky, who just does post-war cards and other stuff and doesn't really want to deal with any of that, if he wants to come in, we're not going to refuse admission at this show. You're welcome to come in.
Okay. So it's $1, and even that's flexible, but okay, so it's already a great deal, and it's even better than what it says. But you walk up and you pay your $1 and you get a prize ticket and you get a bag of cards.
Correct.
Now, the cards are not great, and you get a pack of cards.
Right.
Like kind of a newer pack that you've gotten. Who have you gotten packs from?
I've gotten packs. A lot of the dealers have given me their packs that they don't want. I've gotten a lot of packs from Panini over the years. In fact, when we first began the show, when I emailed Tracy Hackler and I said, do you have any like retail hoops packs you can send? And he was from
18, 19.
Yeah. Or actually this is like 13, 14. And he goes, you're the only person that's ever asked for stuff like that. And because everybody asked for National Treasure, which at the time. Yeah. And my line is, A, I'm not going to ask for what you don't have. And B, I want something to give to the customers, and that's a cheaper packs are where to go.
Well, again, there's just a box of packs for those of you who haven't been there, and some of them are older and not fabulous, but still interesting. And there's been a resurgence now. The junk wax, when it's unopened wax, is now somewhat desirable for the experience of opening the pack. So there's a little bit of that. There were some non-sport at one point.
There were non-sports. We've had all sorts of
promo
packs. We've had promo packs.
Okay, it's already there. I'm at $1.
Yes.
I'm at $1. Plus, I get to go to a show, which is worth, again, more than $1. Listeners, I'm going to be making my case. This is not prosecuting attorney or anything, but I'm trying to make the case to Rich that the $1 is too good of a deal, that he needs to go up to $2. Perhaps it's inappropriate to do it in a week or two, but not for the fall, especially when you're raising money for a good cause.
I've actually already listed them at Beckett at $1, so that won't be till next year.
Yeah,
we won't change, since I've already made a public commitment to the $1. And if I told you I agreed with you, would you believe me?
I'd believe you, but I'm just saying it's a lovely show, and like I say, right from the get-go, when you walk in, you're already at a profit at $1. It's just somebody walking in.
And I hear about the $1 versus $2 from my brother-in-law as well. We talk about the show I've run in the hotel, and he always says, why don't you charge $2 or $3, as Kyle did at the show we recently went to.
Right.
And I always wanted to have a minimal barrier to entry to come in. I wanted to have something because it helps defray the cost of the room. It helps me keep count of the people coming in. And it's more importantly, also, if you charge admission, you can actually deny admission if you know somebody is up to no good when they come into the room.
Wow. I hope that doesn't happen.
Right.
One of the
I've never had to use it, but it's in my back pocket.
We've talked about is the problem, and just hypothetically for a show, if you had a number of people come in and say you did raise your price, and if you had 2% of the people complain about the price being raised, would that be okay with you?
That would be fine. In fact, that was
that's still about 2 out of 100 that are upset.
That's about the percent of people that complained at Kyle's show last weekend, because I had lunch with the person on the next day who was at the front desk, and he said, you heard the one loudest complaint of them all.
Okay, but that's a complaint. But how many people walked up and said, $3, I'm out of here, I'm going to go back? I bet that's 0%.
That was 0%.
And I'm sure that would be the case at your synagogue show, especially when you said, hey, you want to pay $1? Just give us $1. But anyway, so you get a bag of cards that are cards that have been largely donated. And you get a pack. And you get a prize slip. Now, the prize slip could be specific or it could be more general.
Yes. And it could be the Island of Misfit Toys, where we tell people take whatever you want and enjoy. Like,
There were some of those uncut sheets in the island?
no, they
or
were all
they were identifiable prizes?
All uncut sheets were separate prizes.
Okay, so you have uncut sheets, you have graded cards, you have sets, you have packs.
We've had great prizes over the years. We've had jersey, we had signed bats, we had a Mike Trout signed ball. We've had some incredible prizes over the years. I mean, we've had unopened boxes. In fact, I've got several boxes this year of one of the 2019 Topps Archive signatures.
Really?
Yeah, somebody sent them to me from Korea.
Well, what the show is from 10 to 4.
Shows on March 8th.
And what is if we break up the show into 2-hour segments, there's like the before lunch 10 to 12, then there's the 12 to 2 and the 2 to 4, and you shut down around 4, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's the busyness and the activity of the attendance for the dealers as well as the prizes?
11 to 3 is really the prime spot of the time, because we used to open at 9 because all our brotherhood activities began at 9 o'clock, and usually from 9 to 10 it was a dead zone. And frankly,
so now you open at 10.
Now we open at 10.
But did I hear that there was one dealer that bought a whole bunch of tickets?
Yes, at
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And there's no way, unless somebody bought 1,000 tickets, they would clean you out.
We had one year
2,000 tickets.
We had one year where we had like 250 tickets left, and the prizes were too good for what was left.
Yeah.
So the guy says, "What if I buy them all?" We're not going to turn down your money. And I think he got a Montana signed autograph, 8x10, which I know was good with JSA.
Yeah.
There were some other good things. It was like, okay. And then we figured out what to do. So let me just give the address. It's 6300 Independence Parkway, Plano, Texas, 75023. It's the northeast corner of Spring Creek and Independence in the shopping center.
It's in the exact corner.
It's in the exact corner of the shopping center. And we even have refreshments, hot dogs, chips, and soda. We've done that the last few years for like $3 or $4 for your lunch, which is, there are dealers who just say, "Oh, good. I don't know. I know I don't have to pack lunch. I can just."
I like that. What, I've talked on other episodes about the long tail. There's a lot of podcasts that deal with, what's hot right now and the glamour cards. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of what makes the headlines. And you have some of that at your show, but you also have a lot of unopened, product and a lot of long tail, the dollar box, the 50 cent, 25, 10 cent box where people can really browse, take their time and relax.
The promo photo I use is for the Adot show. I bring out we're going to call it dime/quarter box, because it's a box I don't have to pay attention to really while I'm there. And the publicity photo I use for social media shows about 10 people last year gathered around that box just buying cards.
And you have a round table, don't you?
Yes, I take a banquet table. I figure if anybody's going to have the harder to handle
you ought
tables,
to have certain rights as the promoter.
No, and I understand that.
But you're in the middle.
But I'm in the middle. So I'm also the official, we'll call it host/greeter.
Right.
From there, I can see everybody walk in the door.
True. And okay, so you have these monster boxes or whatever they're the certain kind of monster boxes, and you've got deals for everybody.
I got deals for everybody there. We'll call it a quarter box. It could be a dime box. It's got a price structure, and there are a couple mistakes, but I would say 99% of the cards are Hall of Famers or insert cards of stars or better people, or sometimes some variations or something like that I throw in. You're not going to find 88 Topps Commons in there. Right. You're only going to find better
cards.
So
why are you ambiguous about whether it's 10 cents or 25? Is it 25 on some of them and
no,
10 on some, or 10 in quantity and 25
it's
for
really,
one?
It gets down to maybe 6 or 7 cents if you buy like 800, 900, but I call it the dime quarter box, because if you hit like 100 or 200, I forgot the price structure, it's a dime.
Okay.
But if you buy 4, it's a quarter. So I call it a dime/quarter box.
I think more people should do that. I mean, what I don't like, and again, this is against myself in a sense, because if I go through a big box, regardless of what the price is, I wouldn't expect to get a discount if I'm buying a small handful of cards. Now, if I'm buying a box of cards and I'm going to the trouble, my labor to sort through and pick out the ones I want, I'd expect to get a discount.
Right. But it's very clear. Everybody pays the same price. You look at the thing and let's say it's 5 for $1, 4 for $1, and 20 for $4.
Okay. So it's posted.
It's posted. So you know going in what you're going to pay.
When it's not posted, because I think that's wise, that's the way to do it. And some dealers post it, but a lot of them don't. And so have you had that situation where before you posted that somebody would have a handful of cards and either...
It would be a little trickier because
I usually try to establish what the quantity price is before, and they say, well, here's what it is, but if you get this many, this is what the price will be. And then I can pull.
And I try to do that. And I'm sure I had a situation or two come up, but my friend Raymond, who helps me do that, it also helps Raymond know. And Raymond knows I leave him alone. Raymond says, okay.
He's free to have latitude.
He's free to have latitude. Yeah. And since he's free to have latitude, guess what? Yeah. All he does is, Rich, pay Rich $5, pay Rich $10, pay Rich $20, pay Rich $1. Fine.
You know, one of the episodes I did that that people really liked, I think, was some of the card sorting discussions I've had with Rob Barris. But in your case, you and I both have slightly different sorting tendencies and strategies. So in there, when people are coming to your show, what level of organization are they expecting to see at your table as well as some of the others? Because there's a whole bunch of tables
at my
there.
table, with what I'm doing with those boxes, they're not expecting much.
By sport?
By sport. That's what they would expect.
What about some of the other people?
Some of the other people do it very specifically. Jerry Adamic sets up at the Dot Show, and as you know, he's very
Cleveland Indians.
He's very specific. Everything is in perfect order on his table.
But he's got older stuff too.
He's got older stuff too, but still everything is meticulous.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's honoring you, but he doesn't do that many shows.
Well, he plays basketball most Saturdays. Okay. So for him, Sunday shows are wonderful because he can then he can then set up on Sunday, and and I remember his wife and his grandkids came last year, or I think last March, and they asked to come into the sanctuary, and I took them in the middle of the show into the sanctuary, and we talked, and people, say,
where's the sanctuary? Is it
as you walk towards the show, the sanctuary is on your right.
Oh, it's the first door on the right. It's closed.
It's closed. Yeah, okay. But no, you're welcome to come in the sanctuary, and and people call it the church, and you know what I say? That's perfectly fine. It's a religious place.
It definitely. No, I'm not concerned about this, Rich, because I really believe that I'm just going to enjoy coming to the show, and any prizes that I get will be whatever comes up. But I've always enjoyed looking through your miscellaneous stuff. But I'm disadvantaged because I go to church on Sunday morning and I come after church, and my wife, who I've said is really awesome, I said, could we go to church the earlier service today so that I can have a chance at the full slate of opportunities that Rich has? And she says, many times she says, yes, dear. So
that's good to hear. We appreciate all your support over the year. We appreciate all the support we've gotten over the years from so many people.
Well, I think collecting's a team sport, Rich. I mean, we've been on the same team a lot of times. I mean, but this is your thing, and it's a worthy thing, and I'm glad that people are supporting it. And I wish, again, I got to say this is not a slight, but it's perhaps not worth flying in from the coast to go to the show, but it's close.
No, but you'll have fun. And that's what I really wanted to show. And that's why
if you're within 100 miles, you should come.
And that's why I always had the low barrier to entry to people coming into the show, because I want people to come enjoy themselves, and I don't want them to feel that, I have to spend so much to come in that I feel obliged to now spend more money or less money. I want them to feel that they have some skin in the game, but not feel that they're being taken advantage of. I talk about sometimes, he's no longer with us, a local promoter named James Vaughn. He did shows throughout the Texas area, and he would charge $5 for the first hour to come in, and then $2 an hour beginning.
Interesting.
And one day we were talking, and James and I had some battles, and I'm going to be honest, we got pretty good towards the end of his life. But he would do door prizes 10:30, 11:30, or 1:30. And I say, James, why don't you do the door prize at 10:30? People are paying, if people are paying $5 to come in, why don't you do the door prize for the people that are actually really paying the $5 to come in the door? You might actually get more people coming in that first hour. They'll figure they have a better chance. Right. And they did. And he said that was the best idea anybody ever gave them. It's like, hey, you're going to do the door prize? Do it for the people that are spending the most amount of money.
Well, okay, that's a good note to end on. We always try to do positive tone, but Rich has now suggested the sliding scale of maybe it's $5 for the first hour, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. And if you come in at 10 minutes before 4 to Rich's show, it won't be free if you want a prize, but you could come in and browse. So shows are getting shorter, and the dealers like being able to pack up and get home at a reasonable hour, and they've had a good time too. So again, thanks, Rich, for sharing the story of the Adot Show, and I look forward to seeing you there in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good, Jim.
Thanks.